It's about being okay with the good, bad, and ugly. To accept those things about ourselves that we can't change, and those things that need to be changed, we put on our big girl panties and do the work. Be true to you is about being real with God, being real with self, so we can be true to you. Be true to you is not about competing with one another. We're about complimenting one another. Hey, what's up, world? It's me, your girl, Angela. Welcome to the BTrue2U talk show. You know how we do it. Go ahead, like, make sure you comment, and make sure you share. Remember, sharing is caring. You guys, we are back, and I have a guest for y'all. Well, y'all already know, but I know y'all shocked because she don't do this kind of stuff, but nevertheless, let's welcome her to the stage. Hand clap, give me some heart for Dana Alexander! Woo! Hey, Dana.
Hello.
How you doing today?
I'm great.
Well, lady, I know this is out of your comfort zone, so I want to tell you thank you because you trust the BTrue2U platform, that you're sharing what God has placed on your heart, and we don't take that for granted. But before we move on to all the reason why we're here, please be so kind to introduce yourself to the people.
Okay, well, thank you for allowing me on your platform. I appreciate the opportunity to share with you. I am Dana Alexander. I am an accountant. I have a suite 2 doors over from you. I've been an accountant for about 27 years, and I'm just a God lover, a God girl.
That's right, a Jesus lover, huh? 27 years?
27 years, yes.
Wow. You're a mother of 2 beautiful daughters.
I am.
They're in college at the same time.
Yes, they are.
Okay, you doing it.
Yes, and my amazing husband, we can't forget him.
That's right. We can never forget the husband because it wouldn't be a BTrue2U talk show without my husband. My man,
Yes.
my man. Thank you, hubby. So I am excited because I've known of you for maybe a good 12 years. I remember me having an event on the beach, Release and Receive, and you was going to come. A matter of fact, you came to the beach and you left. Tell me why.
At that time, yes, about 12 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny you remember that. That wasn't such a good time for me. It was the time when I was in between friendships and knowing how to relate with different women. And at that time, it wasn't a good time to relate. And I knew that there were going to be a lot of women on the beach. And I didn't know how I would fit in with those women. So that's why I called you from the parking lot that I had already paid for and told you, I appreciate it. I don't know, did we pay for that or?
No, it was free.
It was a free event, but I drove, from Miami to come there because I really, really wanted to be there. And it looks like you all had an amazing time without me. But it just wasn't the right time for me mentally. I like to bring something with me where I was going, and at that time I was broken and I had nothing to bring. So I just didn't think that it was going to be a good environment for me to, I don't know, be an asset to. I probably needed to be there to pull from it, but at that time I just didn't know how to trust women.
Okay, that is nothing out of the norm. We tend to struggle with trust, and it is so funny that you're struggling, or we struggle where God is calling us to, right? We struggle with that ministry, and this is most of how we know it's God, because self won't do it, right?
Right.
And so where you're going now, you know that only God is calling you and pulling you there.
Absolutely. And that's why I said I was going to be here today, and I'm answering the call, and I'm here. I'm showing up.
And so what call are you answering?
I'm answering the call of an organization that I thought would be conducive to people such as myself that had a hard time relating to women, trusting women because of past experiences, past disappointments, past hurts. And I think most of the reasons are valid, but a lot of times before you heal, women move on to other friendships and relationships, and I think that's where we get stuck. We're taking old hurts and old baggage into new relationships, and it's just not working because you haven't healed. And my organization that I wanted to introduce, the Pink Angels of Distinction, is an organization that I wanted women to be able to heal, come in, love, hug, all of the things that I felt that I needed. This is really a personal organization of things that I went through. I know that if I had these experiences, someone else probably did as well. So I think when we can deal with our hurts and heal from them, we can be more productive in relationships, and we'll know how to associate and love for real, from a real place, from a genuine place, from an authentic place.
I like when you said that the reason why you did not come to the release and receive because you didn't have anything to offer at that time, right? Because so often we come into a relationship or a situation or a group just expecting to get,
Right.
and not knowing how important it is to give.
Absolutely.
Tell me, how did you, even in your brokenness, understood that you need to be able to serve as well?
Well, I knew that also from experience, from being depleted. I'm a giver by nature. I give my time, my money, my heart, my love, whatever. Any friend that I have now know that they can ask me at the drop of a dime. I'm going to be there. My sister, brother, whoever it is. If there's something that I have or knowledge that can help you, I'm going to help you. However, when I'm so busy giving, I'll run into a wall where I will crash. And there's no one there because I'm the giver, no one there to help me replenish. And that's why I went to God, like, God, I need, and it wasn't anything material, but I needed covering. I needed prayer. I needed lifting up so I could continue on to be productive and help other people. So I had to learn boundaries and boundaries with people, because once you open up and give to people, some people know how to respect boundaries, but some people will just take it until you say, stop, and then when you say stop, they're offended. So I had to learn that I had to have boundaries, and I had to respect my own boundaries, because sometimes I was disrespecting myself by breaking my boundaries.
That's so true. We allow people to disrespect us. We teach people how to love us. We teach people how to show up in our space. And so it is important that you do know boundary, and that in the midst of your boundary, first gonna come loving yourself. And I think once we really truly love ourselves, then we're able to open up and allow other people to come in.
Absolutely.
And so your group is going to teach people. Well, first of all, I don't know what your group going to say because this is your group. But what is it that you want people to get out of this organization?
What I'm wanting is for people to understand that someone else understands their hurt, their brokenness, and it's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's something that we need to address so we can be productive in whatever else that there is. And I also think a lot of it is generational, because my mama handled trauma this way, I'm going to handle trauma this way. Grandma handled trauma this way. And I think that is wrong. I just think that it takes courage to address it. It takes you placing your pride aside to not feel embarrassed or ashamed of wanting to be better and stepping out. People were surprised when I told them that I dealt with insecure. I felt I was ugly, for years, maybe up until 2020. I started having a little more confidence in myself.
How did that come about?
I joined a group. It was called the Daughters of Zion, Women of Destiny. And that was at my breaking point. And I found the group. I think they're based out of the Faith Center Church, actually. And someone told me about them. Joined the group. wonderful group. And in that group is where I learned love. Just to love myself, how to love others. I met this beautiful family. I mean, my mentor, she was just one person. But then she had sisters, a mother, brothers, just everybody. And they all showed love, genuine, authentic love. I mean, it was what I needed at the time. And I never had that besides my own family, but I mean outside. I never had anybody to show me love like that. I mean, unconditional love. And it made me start studying love and what love really is and what agape love is and how you could really love somebody even if they've offended you. And I learned that and I applied it just recently when someone did something very offensive to me, but I couldn't stop loving them. I still loved them. But I still, if I'm going to walk this walk that God placed in me, I had to stand up and still show them love. And that's what I chose to do.
Everywhere I go, there's an angel there. There's an angel there.
One thing I know about God, before you can give anything out, He's going to make you experience it. What? And, you know, we don't want to, but I hear you talking about unconditional love. First, He allowed you to feel it, to know what it is. But that was just not good enough. He's not going to just let you sit in it. But now, you're going to have to apply it. And that's not an easy thing, right? Because in the midst of those trials, it consists of dying to self. Not only do it make you die to self, it also make you see yourself. And then in that, you can extend grace and mercy and unconditional love.
Absolutely.
So I'm sure it was not an easy thing.
Oh, no. The offense was very hurtful, and I toyed back and forth with it for months, probably nearly a year. And when God just showed me the whole situation, He showed me my wrong in the situation. So He had to point out the part that I played in it. It wasn't any more of what that person did, but it was what I did. Who did I call you to be? I don't care about them, but who did I tell you you were? So I had to apologize for the part that I played in it and where I failed them. I apologized for that and still tried to see if we could continue on with the friendship. And unfortunately, it didn't go that way, which, you know, is still fine, but I still owed that to God, I felt. And still, whatever unfolds. But in this stage of my life, I just want to love everybody from a pure place. And I want everybody to love me back from a pure place. And that's why, as I spoke with more women, just from my clients and friends and just being out in the community, a lot of people deal with these things that they don't deal with. They deal with it, but they don't deal with it. They don't confront it. And I think it's time, if you're going to live a happy life, because I love to laugh, I love to enjoy
you girl
my
to girl,
husband.
you like to dress up, you like
I like cute stuff. I love flowers, I love color. And as I learned to love myself, I learned to wear my flowers. I have one friend that it makes her mad when I wear flowers.
Really?
Yeah, I guess I won't say mad, but she was like, here you go. We got these flowers.
Actually, you
know,
have on flowers.
I love flowers. Hint, hint. I love flowers. So she always says something about what I have, but I've learned to embrace who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And I like accessories. I like to go buy jewelry on Saturdays before I come to the office. I love to get my hair done. And I think once you get to a point of freedom,
Mm-hmm.
really being free in who you are, whether you have a friend or not,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably at 50. I am 50. I know I don't look 50. But
Okay, you don't, baby. You don't.
But at 50, I am just now, at this moment, having the best time of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I am, and I owe it to God because He helped me find myself. And I'm only an inch there.
Mm-hmm.
But if it feels like this now,
Wow.
I got to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
I got to go on. I got to see these, the pink angels of distinction. I got to see this through. If it's helping me like this, it's going to help many other women. And even from the women, I wanted to help young adults, kids. I really just hope I can do an inch of good in someone else's life. It fulfills me to be an asset in someone else's life.
That is so powerful. You say you're learning yourself at 56 and you 50. I'm sorry. You're 50. I'm 56. And so what I'm going to say at 56, I'm just learning myself. When I say learning myself, learning more about myself. I've gone through an isolation a period for an entire year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I felt like I didn't have any friends, anyone to turn to. I mean, I had my siblings, but it's different, right? Because you feel like they have to be there.
Right.
And so lately I've started dating myself.
Yes.
So I take myself on dates, literally by myself, the movies, breakfast. And now people say, how did you not ever go to breakfast? I ate breakfast at home. I went through drive-through,
Mm-hmm.
but to go and sit down and have breakfast, I've never done that. To take myself to lunch, I never done that. And I never done that. I never did that. I used to take myself to the movies, but it's been over 10 years since I took myself to the movie. But last week, you know what I did? Honey, I took myself to the movies. And I didn't just take myself to the movies. I beat my face, put on me some cute clothes, and took myself to the movies. And so I get that of falling in love with yourself and being okay with yourself. But at the same time, it does not mean you don't want some friends, some communities, some tribes
Right.
to be able to let down your hair and be yourself. Or when you're
Absolutely.
weak, find some strength.
Absolutely. Quality also. Quality over quantity.
Mm-hmm.
I can have a whole lot of friends. I really can. I think that I'm an easy person to get along with. However, all the friends don't have the same motives.
Mm-hmm.
When my motive is to be a good friend, I don't need anything from you. But if you need it, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but some people like, let me see, oh, she do this. Let me see how I could benefit.
Mm-hmm.
And you do, don't get me wrong, you do kind of benefit from your friendship. But that's not the only reason I think you should become friends.
Right. Every
So-
friendship should add some kind of assets to your life.
Right. So I have a friend that, you know, I just recently made, and we never knew what we would need from each other. But if she called me and need anything, I'm there. If I call her, I know she's there for me. But there was never one thing like, oh, I see she got this connect. I'm going to go ahead and connect. No. I mean,
you weren't trying to connect with her to use her.
absolutely not. I'm not that person because I am that person. I don't need a connect. I think God has blessed me with people around me that know my heart. He's placed me in places that I never thought I would be in, that I can pick up the phone sometimes. I was just thinking, God, last week that a certain deal that I didn't think, I'm like, how did I get this deal? I know we went off on something else.
It's okay. It's okay.
I didn't understand how I was selected for this, because it could have been anybody else. But the man, he told me, he was like, I just love your spirit. Every time I'm around you, I feel good. And I'm like, wow, thank you, God. Thank you for giving me that aura, because it's nothing that I could go order and try to have. Let me get a Dana aura. It's just who he made me to be. And I'm just so lucky that I've accessed and I know and acknowledge who he made me to be. And I can give that to other people.
That's powerful, because it's a lot of us When I say a lot of us, I like to include people. I never want to make people feel like I'm talking against them or I'm talking down to them. But it's a lot of us struggle to find who we are.
Yes.
It's a lot of us still trying to figure out what's our purpose. You know,
Right.
how we're going to reach our destiny, that main point where God has created us for.
Yes.
And I think that you're on the right track because first you was a partaker of yourself as far as what you want people to get out of this. So you want people to be able to come and receive some love. You want people to be able to receive strength or, you know, any kind of information that you can help someone better themselves.
Absolutely. It's that, but I also need them to pay it forward. So
I like that.
I guess the reason of the group is if you know, you feel like, and maybe they don't have an issue or anything, but I just think that when women come together, we're so strong. I've gathered with women before, and I've seen them work. A certain woman with a certain work ethic can get far. But when you get rid of all the cattiness and the comparison, like this person is
all the
this,
clickiness.
when you could put that aside, women can really there are a lot of smart women in this world. And I think if we can put that aside, you know what, Angela's opening up this particular thing. Let's go see how we can help her. You got a group of people. Come on, angels, let's go.
I love that.
We about to go. Let's go see what we can do. All the angels coming. We coming over and we gonna bless Angela and do whatever it is that she needs in whatever venture. And then go on to the next one. However we can help. But I think that can't happen until women stop comparing themselves, stop being offended about everything, stop thinking people looking at you sideways. Somebody might really think you're cute, and they, you know what I mean, they just like admiring you, and they're probably about to go and give you a compliment, but you start looking, and it's like,
face.
like, like what we doing? I just think that when we can present ourselves a little better, I think we could get further. And passing that on to generation after generation, just how these generational curses pass on some generational excellence.
Yes.
Pass on how to balance checkbooks. You know, it was a time where I taught high school students just before they left to go to college, because when I went to college, I remember I was just swiping my daddy's charge card. Like, you know, I had no thought for money. And I had to come back, you know, he calmed me down. And I had to think about that. Wow. And even at that young age, I was thinking, people can't do this. When I came back from college and opened my business, I offered classes to teach kids on Saturdays, high school students, how to file their taxes, how to balance checkbooks, you know, different things. But now they don't even teach people how to sign. I don't think we do checkbooks. Some people write checks.
But they don't even teach kids how to write in cursive anymore.
And that's what I mean. You can't even write in cursive to do a signature. So I don't know. But it's just things that I think a lot of people have knowledge that they can share with other people. And in that, as I spoke about what my vision was and what I wanted to help other people do, I've had so many people say, hey, I'll donate this, or my esthetician, I'll donate this time. You know, my therapist, everybody's just willing. I'm like, God told me he'll send the people. So I just got to organize it. And that's what I did. I organized it in April. I had to wait for tax season to, you know, wrap up. But in April is my first workshop.
Okay.
So that's what I'm planning for. Getting all of that stuff together. And I'm
Honey,
hoping,
you don't put it out there. He said April, y'all. Keep in mind, when April comes say, aren't you holding a workshop?
You'll hear it. You'll hear about it.
Yeah.
And I really want to have like a yearly tea where we can get all pretty. I actually going to a tea party tonight. I can't wait. Okay. But I just want to have like a yearly tea where all the women get together and we empower one another. And I really want this group to help people. Just a bunch of angels walking around in the earth that's healed, freed, and delivered, that you can just go and bless somebody else and not look for anything in return. Because some people look for stuff in return.
Yeah.
I done blessed it. I did this and I want this back. No, God gonna bless you. You know, just go ahead and bless people just because you can.
I also hear a soft era where a woman can come and be a woman. She can let her hair down. She can experience some delicate things. She can experience some beauty, some laughter, and be able to go out and dress up and look good and feel good about herself. Honey, I can see it, honey.
Yes.
I can see it.
Look at you.
Yeah, I can see it. And so I just think that that is something really, really amazing. And it's so necessary. And I just think about how you know what you're looking for because you, like I'm gonna say it again, you experienced it on your own. And you said something earlier where women dealing with what they're dealing with, but you also said they're not willing to confront, right?
Right.
And I always tell people you can't never confront anything that you can never change anything you're not willing to confront.
Absolutely.
And you must find an underlying issue, right? Mm-hmm. And so if you're not willing to say the reason why I respond to women this way is because I was hurt by a woman at a certain age, you're gonna stay stuck. If you can't say the reason why I look at women side eyes because I feel like I don't measure up. Mm-hmm. Or I feel like I'm less than. Then figure out how can you build your self-esteem? How can we help you grow in confidence in who God has created you to be? Because we're all different, we're all unique, but ultimately we need to learn how to be true to who we are.
Yes.
And so I love that.
Absolutely. And getting rid of the offenses and just like you said, dealing with it, confronting it head on, and being able to move on and absolutely paying it forward, not just keeping it, not gatekeeping. You know, we got to keep the cycle moving. Mm-hmm. And I think that's how everybody prospers. We all can be prosperous.
Yeah, if we share, because we all know something that somebody else don't know and vice versa.
Yes.
I also know that you call it a network, right? You didn't call it sisterhood because there's a lot of that going out. So what's your intake on that?
Well, I mean, I would want it. That's a good question. I guess from network to sisterhood. Network, I just want it to be able to. They could be sisterhood though. It can be your sister. It can be your sisterhood.
Because you wanted to be a bond, right? You wanted to be able to help each other business or in any aspect of life, but you wanted to be like a sister, like someone you can always return to, right?
Right. I still want there to be a sisterhood bond type, to relate in sisterhood ways, but also handle your business now. I don't like when people don't handle their business. You got to handle your business first. Mm-hmm. And most of my friends know when it comes to work, you get work, Dana, and then you get, I'm going to work really, really hard, but I'm going to play hard too. And I'm going to enjoy my husband real hard, and we going to travel real hard. I think you can do those things when you're open and honest with who you are, what you're expecting, and if in a sisterhood, you tell them, look, this is, what I can give. I can give this much, and I can bond this much. You just accept that part, of what that person can give. Mm-hmm. And if you can't, then you don't accept it.
It's funny, because we look at relationship with opposite sex like that, right? Mm-hmm. What are we bringing to the table? How are we going to benefit? But I don't think we do that with sisterhood or friendship. Also, I noticed that we would give that romantic relationship time over again. They can hurt us. They can talk about us. They can misuse us. They can mistreat us over and over again. And we're okay with it. But as a woman, as soon as I do one thing bad, we cut each other off.
Yes. And that's really strange to me. I know that, sometimes in a romantic relationship, you relate differently. So there are different things that you can get from that relationship that maybe your friendship can't. But I think a friendship is more of a sacred, intimate type bond than what you're going to get from your spouse. Like I have friends. I have best friends. I have more than one best friend. And I love my husband. I have a best friend that my husband might be her best friend too. I don't know. That we all just, talk like that. We're all like one. but there's something that I get from her that my husband I couldn't get. He can't give it to me. Mm-hmm. And there's something I get from him that she can't give me. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to be without that part that she gives me either, because that's my feminine part. Mm-hmm. That's that part that can relate to I'm having a hard day, mm-hmm. or, you know, being able to visualize what I'm going through. That's almost like having, and I actually have a male gynecologist, and I keep thinking like maybe I should have a female because she knows.
You're right.
But you have someone that really knows your body. A female is gonna know, you know, mm-hmm. yeah, I know what you know going through. Mm-hmm. A male, like, yeah, you know, he heard about it, he learned about it, but he don't have it.
Yeah, he never experienced it.
Your friend can really, you know, go through that with you and go through that feeling with you and kind of help you out. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's really, really special to have a friend that you can share that type of bond with. Every friend don't get that type of
right. They don't get that access to you.
They don't. So those are that's reserved for super special friends.
That's good, and it's necessary mm-hmm. for safety. Not so much that you're standing closed in or off guard, but at the same time, people have to earn those spots. You know, Absolutely. Some people can come in your life and get there right away. Some people, it just takes a moment for them to get there. And I don't think friendship or relationship is stronger because I've known you longer. Mm-hmm. I don't think that. I think you can come in and be in my life a year and we bond more and have more in common than someone who's been in my life for 20 years.
Wow.
And so
that's funny you said that, because that was a recent situation of mine.
Yeah, most definitely.
So, I mean, I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
I do.
And I just think that in 2025, God is setting us up for something.
Oh, absolutely.
And in the setting us up, he has to make sure that our heart is right? Because when we're not doing anything out of with goodness of our heart, if we're not doing it unto God, if we're not doing it pure, then why do it? Right. And I think he's exposing a lot of things. He's removing a lot of people out of the way, and he have to raise up new people who wants to walk in those things he called them to. And I think that you're honoring him by submitting yourself to him, saying yes, coming out your comfort zone. And in the midst of you coming out your comfort zone, you're now also inviting people in, right?
Yeah.
That's big.
That's really
That's big.
It is. It's big. And I love the people that's coming in. You know, I really do. And there are people that I probably never thought would have come in, because I know that I have been standoffish a lot. And I think people didn't know how to really take me. Mm-hmm. And it had nothing to do with them. It was me and being hurt and not wanting to deal with friendship like that. Mm-hmm. You know, like, and then look, I let one in and, you know, it's just, I don't know.
And sometimes it's misconception, right? Because we talked off camera a couple weeks ago, mm-hmm. and we knew of each other, mm-hmm. but in my mind, you would stand away from me for a total different reason, and you were saying, Lord have mercy on her. And so sometimes we just got to be big enough to talk about it, right?
Absolutely.
Address the elephant in the room. And because a lot of time, our perception has got us all mixed up. It's not even what we think it is.
It's never that. It's
mm-hmm.
communication mm-hmm. is the big word. And that's what I've learned in these past few years is communicating. Sometimes just a few words of letting people know, you know, where you're coming from or how to communicate. I had a friend that just yesterday I just learned that she was going through a hard time, and I didn't know. She didn't tell me. Had she told me, I would be right there, but she sent a message to let me know, hey, da-da-da. And that's when I'm like, okay, wait, you know, let me stop, because it's tax season, so I'm rolling. But when you could communicate, hey, I need you, or, you know, I got this going on or that, I can stop and say, I could give people whatever they need, but if it's not communicated, I'm going to go on by my day.
Right, correct.
But when I think you can have an open line of communicating, even when it's offensive, because you got to know how to communicate even when things aren't good, because everything's not going to always be good.
Clean. That's right, cream.
But knowing how to effectively communicate your offense to even a spouse, a friend, whomever, I think that's top tier.
Yeah.
Knowing how to do it and still be in love and still move in love. And okay, I have a friend that I have that relationship that we could talk about offenses and move on.
I'm the kind of person that if I can't tell you how I feel, like if I'm offended, if I'm angry or I'm mad or whatever, I can't be around you. But as soon as I tell you, I'll be like, you want to go to lunch?
Look, that's what I'm
like
saying.
I just got to get it off my chest. I don't feel like we should be walking around harboring these things and holding these things. Plus, it is, life is short. And God is never going to judge me of how you treat me, but he's going to judge me of how I respond to your treatment. And so we must learn that we're doing everything, in everything, I don't care what it is, that we're giving honor to God.
Amen.
And so in that, even with friendship, even with, just like you say, communication, because God knows all things and we can't hide nothing from him.
Right.
And so,
you're right.
So I know you came here, you had a book in mind that you wanted to share. What was that book about?
Well, it was probably a book that helped me through my transition. And it's The Bait of Satan. It helped me get through my offenses. And I mean, it really taught me how to deal with, is it really me why am I offended? I'm offended with this person, but what does that person have to do with my offense? And it helped me dig deeper into who I was and why I was really offended. And a lot of times,
it was
them
self.
people it was self. Those people ain't had nothing to do with my offense. That was my offense. So that was a book that really helped me out. And Killing Comparison, where stop comparing yourself to people.
They say comparison is what, the biggest thief?
It is. It will rob you of your happiness because even with social media now, you got a lot to compare yourself to. I can admire and say, she's cute, and it's not going to take away from my cuteness.
That's right.
I can tell somebody they're cute. I can give them compliments and mean it, and it still won't take away from who I am. And people need to understand that it's okay to it's pride. People are so prideful. They don't know how to be humble and have humility. Not saying humiliate yourself, but have humility about yourself. I think humility is classy, actually. You can be humble and still own your space. So once I did once I was able to own my humbleness and own my part in the offenses, I was able to be delivered and set free and be an asset to God's kingdom.
Awesome. So listen, you are amazing, okay? You're gorgeous. You're amazing, amazing. I'm so thankful for you sharing your platform with us. Do me a favor. Tell the people how they can follow you and find you.
Right now, you can follow me on Facebook, the Pink Angels of Distinction.
It's up on Facebook already?
Yes, it's up
Girl,
on Facebook.
Did you invite me to like it yet?
I invited everybody.
I don't know about that. I had to go and check.
It's new,
Okay.
but it's there. And I think I may have maybe 70 followers. It's coming along. So, it's really new.
Tell them again to follow.
It's the Pink Angels of Distinction. And my favorite color is pink. And I love angels. I love wings. And we're going to be distinctive in all we do. So we're going to get out in the community. We're going to help one another. We're going to be an asset to the society.
And your business name again?
MVP Tax and Accounting Services.
And how can they contact you? You got a website?
Yes, I do. MVPFinancialServices.com.
And where are you located at?
I'm located at 4200 Northwest 16th Street, Penthouse 627, Lauderhill, Florida 33313.
Awesome. Thank you, Dana. I greatly appreciate
so
it. I can't wait. I heard we're going to have blazers. I can't wait for my pink blazer. Okay, I can't wait. Okay, I'm signing up. Okay, count me in.
Yay.
Okay, don't try to hide. I know where you work at.
It's moving forward for sure.
Awesome. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for tuning in. You know what to do. Remember to like, comment, and share. And we will see you right back here next Monday. This is your girl, Angela, with the BTrue2U Talk Show, and everything you do, always be true to you. I love you. I mean it.